We've been thinking about Mary in our service this morning, Mary the mother of Jesus, when she's told that she's going to have a baby, and that baby is going to be the Son of God. And so she legs it to her cousin Elizabeth. Maybe she was showing a bit, which would have got her into a lot of trouble in those days. And then Elizabeth talks to her and says, you have been blessed by God. God has done you a favour, in effect. And when she hears Elizabeth, who is also pregnant, tell her that, she thinks, yeah, you know what, God has done me a favour. And she glorifies God, which means she magnifies God. She talks up God. She advertises God to the maximum. And what she basically says is, God uses the little people. God uses the people who maybe think that God won't use them. God's not interested in how powerful you are, how much money you've got, how intelligent you are. Now get me right, they're not blockages for God using us, but God doesn't say, oh, I will use them because they've got those things. In fact, sometimes he uses us in spite of them. I wonder how Mary felt. Did she feel like this patch of manky grass, muddy, a bit of a mess, or did she feel quite vibrant? And actually this is a good thing. I think when she went to see Elizabeth, she probably felt like that. And after spending 3 months with Elizabeth before going back to her fiance Joseph, I reckon she felt like this. I'm so glad that she went from that to that and gave birth to Jesus, who makes a difference to people's lives. We had baptismal service at the church today. 3 people were baptised or reaffirmed their faith. And a guy came up at the end called Peter, and he said, I was driving to church today thinking, they probably won't have baptismal services there today, but okay God, if they do, I'll get baptised. He's been putting it off for 15 years. And then at the end, he saw the people that had done the baptisms going out to get dried. He thought, great, they're not going to give me an opportunity to come forward off the cuff and get baptised. But I said, if you want to come forward, do. And he did. And just before I'd said that, I've got this bit in my talk that I left out about how we put up straw walls, excuses to God that keep us there. And I'd left that out of my talk. And before we ended the service, I thought, I must just mention that. And he said that was the thing that made him come forward. Just a little thing. Just a little thought, not impressive, and yet he came forward and was baptised. I reckon he'd have gone home if he hadn't got baptised feeling like that. But he's gone home feeling like that, because God has blessed him. Take care.